Hello and welcome back to Teslanews. My name is Marian and I'm your host today, and I'm covering with you some interesting stuff. We will look into China today because of Evergrande, and we also have some stuff to talk about when it comes to Russia. Furthermore, new countries that could be added as well for the Chinese factory, and of course we have more interesting news to talk about, especially when it comes to the margins. So if you do enjoy my channel, do consider subscribing, and we will start here with the automotive gross margin. Pre-credit, of course, in this case. But what we see is that the average price of the cars is going down, which makes a lot of sense as we have the Model 3, Model Y in a cheaper version than the Model S and Model X. What is interesting is that since 2017, when we had the announcement as well as the ramp up of the production here, the margin have been increasing constantly in a certain wave, always going up and down a bit, but the trend is your friend, as we always say. And this is clearly a very, very good trend. So the average sales went down, but on the other hand, the margin went up. So this could be a sign of preparation for the possibility for even cheaper cars. We do know that the Model 3 standard range is not in a price range yet, as Elon promised at the beginning when he was launching the product. But again, I think when we get over all the supply chain issues, which Tesla is really coping with very, very well, I think then we could see some decreasing prices as well. The core thing for that is the batteries. We do know that the batteries here in Grünheide, but as well as in Austin and in China, will get cheaper, and the new version of the batteries will come most likely in 2022. So if we have that one, the prices will decrease. Tesla has then the option, I say the option, to decrease prices. They don't have to do that as long as the demand is much, much greater as the production capacity. And I do think that we have seen the turning point, especially in the last quarter, where we have seen some really nice profit without having barely any credits. Looking into Russia, yes, Russia was a discussion, a lot of rumors if Tesla would go to Russia. And Elon Musk has denied, not that they are not going to Russia, but he has denied that there is a decision already made for a fourth Gigafactory location. So I have mentioned before on this channel that my personal opinion is that it will happen like with Shanghai. When Shanghai happened, they were announcing Austin and Grünheide at the point when we had Shanghai already ramping up cars. And this is something I believe will happen with the next factory number 4 as well. Grünheide and Austin have to produce cars to be sustainable in themselves, so starting to make money, and then Tesla can start talking about a new factory. And usually when Tesla is announcing a new factory, it doesn't take a lot of time till they start actually breaking ground. So the paperwork needs to be signed. And I think the big question will be, does the Great Britain theory make sense to have a car factory in Great Britain? We do know that they moved to electric cars in a good way. But the issue with Great Britain could be the export to the European continent, as they are not part of the European Union anymore. And furthermore, we recently had a lot of issues with people actually having enough people to work. So qualified workers it could be an issue. I'm not saying anything bad here against the British people, but it could be an issue here. So the question is, are they going to go to Russia, where they could have a really great location, or they are going to build maybe another factory in China, which I don't think they will do right now. So yeah, again, we have to wait for that. I do assume that we could see that by the first quarter of 2022, some announcement here. Diving into the next topic, we have to talk about China, guys, because everything that is happening here in China now is going to have a big effect for Tesla. First of all, we all know, or I assume that you know of it, is the Evergrande story. And the Evergrande story could hit Tesla not substantially, but a bit. Because of course there are many people that bought with money houses, and it's not sure if they will get the money back. The thing is, I don't think that the Evergrande thing itself will be an issue. It only would be an issue if, because of Evergrande, a domino effect starts and we could get into a financial crisis by any means. That of course would really hurt Tesla. So we have to see what's happening. We have to see how this entire story evolves, if this will be a bigger issue in the future, because Tesla is thinking or might be thinking about expanding. I have talked about that yesterday. We saw the site more groundbreaking over there. And of course, the Chinese market is a big market, is a major market. And if we have any economic issues, of course, the car industry is always one of the first to be hit, because it is something people don't need to live. It is an extra thing. It is a thing of wealth when you are able to buy a Tesla. Diving into the next topic, I have actually good news from South Africa, and this is also connected to China here. So in South Africa, we have seen now the possibilities of having a wall connector, and this wall connector again could be a sign that we see a Model 3 and Model Y coming as well from China. I would think so, to South Africa. It is not the biggest market. On the other hand, there are a lot of people that have enough money, but the difference between poor and rich people is pretty big in South Africa. So it's not as important, for example, like a German market with a middle class, or European countries with a middle class. In this case, it is rather the rich people that could afford that. But again, it's a new market, and Tesla has to get into those markets too. So another topic is actually the Tesla energy section, guys. We had a lot of issues when it came to the price increases for the solar roof. And there were a lot of people really upset about that, especially because some of them already got a credit and then were waiting for the solar roof, and then Tesla decided, well, we're gonna increase the prices right now. And what's happening now is that a court decided that this was not correct. Tesla moved back and said, well, okay, all those people who actually signed already a contract with us will be able to keep that contract at the same price, and we will see that we can deal with that. So it was for the brand Tesla, it was not good. It was not a good decision to do that. They could have made that pretty easy in the way that they say, okay, the new customers have to pay the price increase. But in this way, it was not the best brand decision from Tesla, to be honest with you. Please share your experience. Maybe you know somebody who has a solar roof or wants to buy a solar roof who experienced that issue. A part of that, looking at Austin, we do see that the site where the space is might be getting pillars very soon. They are working really fast over there. So finishing the roof here on the side, on the right side, then we do see more and more cars coming to work. The windows are being installed rapidly. The big one especially taking some more time here, but it looks already pretty well. So we have a lot of developments here in Austin, as well as we see from time to time from Jeff Roberts here as well, the boring company development. So this might be an indication that we will see a boring tunnel from the factory to the airport or into downtown Austin. So thank you very much for listening to today's video. I really appreciate you having you here. And if you do enjoy my channel, do consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that, and have a wonderful day. So thank you very much and take care.